going to Galway as a very small child at
Yeah.
the age of about 8
Yeah.
with my mum and dad. We went to Dublin and then on the train to Galway, and I was fascinated by the difference, by the friendliness of the people, but by the also large numbers of elderly women widows that were around in Dublin and in Galway.
Yeah.
I became interested in that, and then later on, as I became more aware of things and learning in history, the history teaching in school was appalling.
Yeah.
And I remember asking my mum, why do they keep talking about the potato famine?
Yeah.
And so she gave me a book, Cecil Woodham Smith's The Great Hunger,
Yeah.
which I read, and I became interested in Irish history and Irish demands
Yeah.
from that, and ever since then I've been really interested in Irish culture, language, music and history. The thing that always fascinates me,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can answer this question,
Yeah.
why is it Ireland, relatively small island in population,
Yeah.
produces so many totally brilliant writers and poets?
Yeah.
More per head of the population than almost anywhere in the world, I would say.
Yeah. I'm not sure how we do it.
I asked, when I last met Michael D,
Yeah.
I asked him this, and he said, Jeremy, that's a very interesting and very profound question, but I've got a book that will help you with the answer.
Yeah.
I said, thank you. And what's that? Seamus Heaney poetry.
Yeah.
I remember coming here in 1983, newly elected MP,
Yeah.
and there were military everywhere.
Yeah.
There were checkpoints everywhere. There was terrible poverty. I went visiting the Divis Flats and other places, and there was this sense of a city under siege.
Yeah.
Windows taped up in case they were shot at, and blasts and so on. And there was also the restriction on civil liberties. There was restriction. There was the diplock courts. There was the travel ban. There was the ban on language. Everything.
Yeah.
And I remember a little bit later going to a diplock court trial with Tony Benn.
Yeah.
We went to the court, and we arrived there, and we queued up, went in with everybody else, and went to the gallery. And then after a few minutes, one of the court officials comes up to us and says, would you like a better seat? So Tony and I looked at each other and we're here like everybody else. And he said, you won't see much, because there was a glass screen in front of us, and they'd all been marked and carved up like this, so you couldn't see through it anyway.
Yeah.
So they then moved us into the well of the court, and there weren't enough chairs. And so they put us in the jury box.
Yeah.
And the barrister for the defence said to the judge, he had a bit of a sense of humour, he said, Your Honour, I'm very pleased that at last jury trial has returned to Belfast.
Yeah.
It's an unusually small jury, but we're happy with it.
Yeah.
There was obviously humour and wit around, but it was a time, a terrible time.
Yeah.
And so it's not like that now.
Yeah.
And there's a whole generation now born since 1998.
Yeah.
They have a totally different outlook and experience on life, and are not totally bound by their parents' politics or religion. Bloody Sunday was the most horrific event. I was at that time, I was living in London, I was working for a union, National Union of Tailors and Garment Workers, and it would have been the Saturday after Bloody Sunday. We were all shocked by Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, and the following Saturday we had a march from Kilburn in London to central London to present a coffin to Downing Street. The police pushed us back from going down Whitehall, back in Trafalgar Square. I was then arrested in Trafalgar Square and accused of assaulting a police officer, which I didn't do, and would have been impossible anyway with the officer that I was accused of assaulting. And the case went to court, I was found guilty, we then appealed against it, as did a lot of other people, and I was given a volunteer barrister to defend me. and this is one of those wonderful, beautiful moments in history.
Yeah.
They're going down the list in the Irish Centre in Camden, saying, "Well, we need. Mr. Jeremy, you need a barrister. Oh, this guy will do it.
Yeah.
Michael Mansfield."
Ah, brilliant. Yeah.
And Michael duly took on the case.
Yeah.
What a performer! He was very young at the time.
Yeah.
What a performer!
Yeah.
Wow. You could see where he was going to go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And anyway, I won the case and so on. But it's not about me, it's about the brutality of that. And so
Yeah.
constantly calling for a proper inquiry, not the witchery, but a proper inquiry. And I came to a number of Bloody Sunday events in Derry as well as doing stuff in London.
Yeah.
And then when the final result came out of the inquiry, David Cameron gave the apology,
Yeah.
which is repeated in the museum in Derry.
Yeah.
I think it was a seminal moment. And I thought when I was listening to Cameron, I was in Parliament that day, Cameron's talking, and not of my politics, not a friend, he did it very well. He gave the apology, and I just thought, well, 13 people died, and we've had decades of campaigning for justice by them and their families,
Yeah.
and we've finally got this. Well, that is a testament to the strength of the community.
Yeah.